This Power Rangers comic book review is created for and intended for an adult audience.
Basically, the Stone Canyon Trio watched the Rangers with... Hello there, heroes. I'm the Orange Ranger, and welcome to another comically long review. I don't know why, but it feels like we've been away from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for a while now. Let's see what Kaya's been up to and how the Rangers respond to it as I take a look at Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue number 48. But first, heroes, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel to see my videos. Make sure you set your notifications up, ring that bell, so you get notified of whenever brand new videos are posted. And if you have any interest in supporting this channel financially, make sure to check me out on Patreon or Ko-fi. Alright, let's get to the review. The foil helmet cover is the Armored Black Ranger. Not sure I ever noticed that Rita is reflected in his visor. That's a nice touch. Trini graces the trading card cover as the Yellow Omega Ranger. Reality is always in transition, creating new ends and new beginnings. This is the Beast Morphers team, seemingly during the Cybergate opens, as Nate talks about finally being a Ranger.
The main cover gives us a pretty good hint at who we're going to see return in this issue, a pink and black gloved hand holding up a bow made out of two swords.
On Safehaven, Kaya and Vox walk in the tunnels. There's no word from Cavotus, and Vox says he's a weakling with a broken spirit. Kaya counters that Cavotus has sheer raw power, and besides, he's just a distraction. Vox isn't fond of Dayne either, calling him distrustworthy and saying he's probably set a trap for them. He leaps down, saying Vox is certainly dumb enough to walk right into one. Vox thinks this is a trap and attacks, but Dayne just flattens him and tells him it's not, but not to try him any further. Kaya, looking rather bored of all this, asks why Dayne called them down there. He says he's solved the puzzle, learning what these caves are about and why Safehaven was so important. The cube building was placed directly over these caves to hide them. The literal writing on the wall is not history or a warning, but messages of departure. The entire former civilization the Morphin Masters were a part of walked into this cave and off the planet. And they did so by walking through this Stargate. Hey, it's a triangle instead of a circle, so give them that. This is the Morphin Masters' gateway to the universe, and Dayne thinks if Kaya can use it correctly, she can have anything she desires. Back in the command center, Zordon has detected a massive energy discharge in the Telvas Nebula, the attack on the Spectrum, but they don't know that. Funny enough, Zordon name drops the Spectrum, but I think this is the first time he's mentioning that in this line after it was mentioned in Go-Go. They can't raise the Spectrum since it's busy not existing anymore. Billy and Kim are worried, thinking they should have gone along, but both Zordon and Jason stress the need for calm. The Rangers are ready for whatever is out there. Billy is so assured by this that he seems to run to Promethea, as that's where he is next. Grace is working on a secret project, slow going, but a small breakthrough.
Things that make you go,
Grace already knows about the explosions in deep space, as well as the Omega Rangers. Billy is freaking out, but Grace says she just might know someone in the area that can help. Rocky is floating morphed in space, but he's alive and Aisha finds him. She tells him Cavotus is on the way. The two are scared, but face their fate. Trini calls them, and are you ready for an obscure reference? She tells them to use their suit's jetting ability. For those unaware, jetting is a power that was used precisely once on the television show. It's like teleporting, but the Rangers fly like Superman. They do so and start leading Cavotus a chase. We see guilt but conviction from Cavotus, praying for forgiveness but dedicated to the will of his liberator. That's actually a nice small note. Containing Cavotus was always a questionable decision, and now the chickens have come home to roost. Cavotus is faster than the jetting Rangers, but Trini has them divert to a belt of asteroids to play hide-and-seek. Suddenly, Jason is in a forest. He's fighting a monster and even seems to kick through a tree. Tommy walks in, yeah, it's the pocket dimension, and says the fake monsters are never as good as the real thing. Jason pitches him a sparring contest, and he eventually agrees. The two morph and throw down. Tommy starts giving Jason tips on fighting. He's telegraphing his punches, yelling with every kick. He needs to be dishonest with his opponents. Let them think they know him, then when they get comfortable, show them everything they thought they knew was a lie. Not too hard. He did that with his friends, right? Jason hits Tommy with a hard uppercut, throwing him back, and then lets it all out. It wasn't his idea. He hated lying to them. He had to do it to save the universe, and asked Tommy what he would have done in the same situation. Tommy doesn't have an answer to that. Jason says if Tommy thinks Jason enjoyed lying to them, he doesn't know him at all. Jason goes to Zordon and says he has to leave. He thinks Jason is going after his friends, but he's not. Jason wants to go back to Safehaven. The others call that a suicide mission, seeing as Kaya wiped out all three of them. But Jason feels the weight of his duty. He is a ranger pledged to protect Safehaven now, just as they protect Earth. Cavotus blasts asteroids trying to find the Rangers. They realize they can't hide forever, so Aisha makes a move. She'll fly out, getting Cavotus to chase her, and then they can attack from behind. She leads Cavotus to where the others are, but the asteroid they're hiding behind explodes. He may be a coward, but he's not an idiot. He's got them dead to rights. But then the Grave Zord comes through a big portal and attacks. That's right, heroes. Ranger Slayer is back. She tells him to back off, but he attacks, so she blasts him. We see him say, "Finally, thank you." For a man cursed with power that everyone wants to use, but too scared to take any chances in life, death really is a final release. The Rangers, of course, are upset that he was killed, but Sally here, for those unaware, this is Kimberly from Lord Draken's universe, but when she met Matt, she was introduced as Sally, so I use that name to differentiate them, says she was defending herself. She loves the Omega suits, though. Do they need a pink Ranger by chance? Of course, the newbie Rangers have no idea who this is. Well, Adam does know she's the Ranger Slayer, so apparently he's been studying. She asks not to be called that. Sorry, but what should we call your Ranger form then? She says she was doing long-range recon when Grace called. Sure, she's been alone, but she's had a tough go lately, so some alone time has been good for her. Trini gives her a super short catch-up on what's been going on. Sally says she knows something that can absorb morphing energy at the source, likely the Black Dragon cannons, but of course that's in another universe so they can't get to it. So I guess that wasn't a portal and Sally was just hanging out in this universe? Wait, how is she even around after reality was fixed? Who even knows? Let's just move on. G hears what she said, confirms it, and says they have to get back to Safehaven to get her to the Master Arch, a hidden gateway made by the original Morphin Masters, aka the triangle we saw earlier. Zack approaches Adam, realizing he is not okay. Basically, the Stone Canyon trio watched the Rangers win time and again, and it looked easy. But when he fights, he feels like he nearly dies every single time. Zack tells Adam that he's really funny, but the reason he's such a jokester is that he doesn't fight as well as Jason or Tommy. He's not as smart as Trini or Billy, and he's not fearless like Kim. His role is making people laugh when they're scared. Adam is not as funny as Zack. but his friends will tell him what they need his role to be. Back on Safehaven, we see something that is now always going to be a bad sign: broken pottery. Kaya gives a quicker version of her speech. They are not mistakes, they were lied to. Now they have a gateway to salvation, a path to secure peace and freedom across the universe. She asks if they will help her take it, and an army of the empowered responds. So first off, I want to say, I find the ending rather anticlimactic. Being honest, I thought the issue was going to end after the Gravesword reveal, but it keeps going and just ends here with something we all knew Kaya was going to do eventually. It just didn't really hold a punch for me. But the rest of the issue is pretty darn good. The sparring between Jason and Tommy really stands out, as well as the scene between Zach and Adam. Good emotional discussions between Rangers where feelings are shared. There's some good action, not a ton, but enough to hold us over. Kaya has her army, and the tension is building. MMPR issue number 48 gets a 3.5 out of 5. Next time on a Comically Long review, we get another issue that's 2 away from a big climax. 3 Rangers encounter a brand new fight with brand new powers, while the other 3 face a battle on Earth with half a team. See how that goes as I review Go-Go Power Rangers issue number 30. That is going to do it for another Comically Long review. Thank you, heroes, so much as always for watching. I do apologize the videos got a little bit delayed. I don't want to explain that in 2 different videos, so for an explanation on that, either check out my Twitter or check out my review of Beast Morpher's 3rd episode, where I explained a little bit about what went on, but overall, thank you for your patience. I always appreciate that. Now that the video's concluded, you can let me know what you thought of this issue by leaving a comment down below, as well as my review of it. And while you're down there, make sure you smack that thumbs up button to let me know you enjoyed this video. Until next time, heroes, may the power protect you. I would really appreciate it if you... Cavotus isn't Bond... Wait. Vox isn't... Gosh dang it. Sally says she knows something kind of...